Hi everyone, welcome to my podcast. I'm Nadila Devy Puspitaningrum, and today I'm doing a special episode for my literary reading final exam. But don't worry though, I'm still keeping it real and make it enjoyable. So guys, I'll be talking about one of the most emotional and beautiful books I've ever read. The story may look simple, but it's full of meaning and heart. It's the kind of book that makes you stop and think not just about the characters, but about your own life too. So, can you guess? Yeah, the book I'm reviewing is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. So, guys, if you ever felt close to an animal, if you believe in friendship, or if you ever been scared of change or loss, then this story might speak to you just like it did to me. Because Charlotte's Web isn't just a farm story for kids. It's about loyalty, loss, growing up, and how words can literally save lives. So, let's get into it. So guys, the title of the novel is Charlotte's Web and it was written by E.B. White. He's a famous American author, also known for writing short little and The Trumpet of the Swan. The book was first published in 1952 and has become one of the most loved children's books in the world. So here's what the story is about. It starts with a little girl named Fern who saves a small piglet named Wilbur. Wilbur is very lucky to be saved, but soon he finds out that his life is still in danger. He's just an ordinary pig living on a farm until he meets a spider named Charlotte. So Charlotte becomes his best friend and she decides to help him in a very special and surprising way. That's all I can say without giving away spoilers, but I promise, it's not just a story about a pig and a spider. It's about love, loyalty, and how far someone will go to save a friend. So, even though the book was written in the 1950s, the setting feels very peaceful and timeless. It takes place on a farm in a countryside where life is simple but not always easy. Back then, farm life was common and animals were mostly raised for food. The story reflects this reality, but it also makes us see animals as more than just animals, as friends, as beings with feelings and value. The author uses this quiet farm world to explore big ideas about life, death, and change. Now, let's talk about the main themes. One of the biggest themes in this novel, Charlotte's Web, is friendship. Charlotte and Wilbur have a true deep friendship. Charlotte helps Wilbur not because she has to, but because she wants to. That's real love. Another important theme is death. The story doesn't avoid this topic. It teaches us that life is short and precious, and that saying goodbye is part of living. There's also the theme of change and growing up. We see it in Fern, the little girl who slowly moves on from the magical world of the barn as she gets older. And lastly, the story shows the power of words. Charlotte uses her web to write messages that completely change how people see Wilbur. It reminds us how strong and beautiful language can be. And let's look closer at the characters. The first one is Wilbur the pig. He is sweet, emotional, and sometimes scared. He just wants to be loved and to live. His feelings are so honest that we can't help but care about him. Second one is Charlotte the spider. She is calm, smart, and caring. She's the type of friend we all wish we had. Someone who protects us, encourages, and believes in us. Even though she's small, she does something huge for Wilbur. Then we have Fern, who begins the story as a hero, but as time passes, we see her change and grow. She's a symbol of childhood and of how we slowly move away from the magical way we used to see the world. And finally, there's Templeton the rat. He's selfish, but he still plays a role in the story. He shows that even people who don't seem kind can sometimes help. In my opinion, the biggest strength of this novel is its emotional power. It's gentle, but it hits hard. The writing is simple but very meaningful. The story made me cry, but also made me smile and think. Another strength is how the author gives value to small things like a spider's web or a pig's life, and shows us that how important they are. And if I had to mention a weakness, maybe it's that some parts are slow for readers who like fast action. But honestly, the quiet moments are where the meaning comes in. This book really touched my heart and made me feel connected to the characters like they were real. Is it still relevant today? My answer is absolutely yes, without a doubt. Even though it's more than 70 years old, the message in Charlotte's Web still matters today. In a world where people are often too busy or disconnected, this book reminds us of the importance of kindness, loyalty, and using our voice to help others. It's also a great way to teach children about life, loss, and love in a gentle way. And even as an adult, it gave me so much to think about. I would definitely recommend this book to everyone. To kids, teenagers, adults, even teachers and parents. It's a book that makes you feel something real. It's not too long, the language is easy to understand, and the story is unforgettable. It's perfect for class discussions, but also for reading alone and reflecting. And I believe Charlotte's Web is the kind of book that stays in your heart forever. So, what did I learn from Charlotte's Web? I learned that small things can have big meaning. That true friends are rare and worth everything. That words have power and we should use them kindly. And most of all, that life is beautiful, even with its sadness. That's the message I'm taking with me from this book. I will end this podcast with the most beautiful quote from Charlotte Wilbur. She says, "You have been my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing." This line is simple, but it says everything. If you can be a true friend to someone, even just one person, that is already something great. And I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening to my final exam podcast. I hope you enjoy this video and see you. Bye bye.